Hey guys, if you guys have been wondering where the M50 drift car has been, well, here it is. Yep, so here it is. We're actually not at my house right now. We're actually at Brendan's, who you probably recognize from other videos. He's always helping out with this car. And we actually are getting ready to paint this car. So this car has been kind of under the works while I've been working on 2002, but mainly by Brendan. And he's just been fixing a lot of issues, and he pulled the trigger on some paint stuff for this. So we're gonna go and get this ready to get painted. But yeah, how has the car been?
It's been on jacks, that's what it's been. It's been fine, it's been running well, but I just reattached the O2 sensors because we accidentally cut it when we had the wiring harness out, so it runs better now.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so we're just gonna go at this with some sanders, and hopefully you guys like it. I know the car's not gonna be running in this video, but I hope you guys enjoy the content on this car, and just so you guys know, it's still getting worked on. So me and Brendan have both wanted to paint a car for the longest time, so we've done a good amount of research, and I think we can execute it. I also used to do some media at a paint shop, so I know a little bit, but never really like stripped a car down and sanded it all myself. So Brendan already got started. He sanded most of this side with 120, and as you can see, all the parts that are still, untouched by his sandpaper was all the low spots. So all these spots are dented in, so I'm gonna go get my hammer and dolly set one of these days from my house and knock these out as best as I can, and then use Bondo to fill in the rest. Or if they're shallow enough, we might even just be able to sand it to bare metal, and then with 80 grit, and then cover it with Bondo and straighten it out. But I think the goal for today is to just sand all the flat surfaces or as much as we can with the DA with maybe like 120, 220 grit, see as far we can get. And I think we're gonna also remove some of the other glass on the car so we can get to all the nooks and crannies. But yeah, all right, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get everything set up and get started. Oh man, doing this is super time consuming. I'm using my hands to get to all the tight areas and making sure I try not to move too much material or lose the edges. But you can see over here, this area was losing its clear coat already just from the sun. So when I was sanding it, the base coat just went off super easily, and it ends up showing the primer from factory. So I'm just gonna continue doing all of this, move on to the fender. But yeah, I haven't even gotten on the lower rocker panel area. But we are going to continue. Alright, so instead of doing 120 on everything, I think we're going to start doing 220 on all the parts that are flat, or relatively flat, just because we don't need to go down to bare metal, and 220 is a little aggressive. Because we still have to do 220, 320-ish, and then 400. And then we can start laying down some primer and paint. But yeah, anyways. So you can see right here that when using the DA, I can see where the high spots are. So that's bare metal right there. And since I'm sanding, you know, with 220 somewhat aggressively, it always wants to take out the peaks. So when you find these, you're gonna want to hammer them down just so it's a shallower, you know, indent instead, and then you fill it over with some filler and then primer, and then yep. So here's another high spot right here, and you can just barely tell it's raised whatsoever. You can't even really tell with your eye, but you can definitely feel it. And you always want to feel your panels with your entire hand. Make sure you get the most information. Like I can tell there's stuff right here, and just a whole lot of work that needs to be done. So I'm gonna continue. Oh God, look at this. So I'm gonna continue doing 220 on the whole hood, and then wherever it needs body work, do 80, and then Bondo. But yeah, let's continue. So with the 220, I don't know if you could tell, but right here on the parts that I sanded enough, it looks kind of chalky. But when you get to the areas that I didn't do enough, oh yeah, you can tell right here, this looks like it still has some clear coat or something on it, like it just didn't sand it evenly. Over here, it's a different story. This is just thin base coat from the sun, and then, but yeah, so we're just gonna keep going until it looks matte like this. That's how I'll know I got everything. See, I need to get these corners still, but I'm probably gonna do that by hand. But yeah, and then Brendan over here, look at that. Looks good. All right, let's continue. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I know it was a lot of just sanding, but I just wanted to bring you guys up to date, show you guys what this car's been up to since you guys have been asking about it. But yeah, car still runs good. He fixed some of the O2 sensor wiring because we accidentally cut that out, as you mentioned earlier. So the idle is really good now, or even better than before. But yeah, all of this is just going to take a lot of time to get perfect. We're still learning, but right now we're doing everything with 220 now. So it's taking a little longer, but we're gonna get it done, and this thing's gonna be looking sweet. I think we're gonna have a few more episodes of this getting painted, but for now I have to go back home. I'm so excited. This half of the car is obviously been worked on, but this one we still need to do. But you got that, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? All right. But yeah. Oh my God, my camera's so... Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. And hopefully this thing will be nice and pretty again soon. All right, peace.